Hello everyone, I am Jocelyn and today I want to talk to you about a book I read recently. It's this one. It's called One Amazing Thing. You can see it? Yes? Well, it's from Chitra Divakaruni. She's an Indian woman and she has a lot of stories to tell you. She is a pretty good writer and this book has to show you one amazing thing. Well, when the first rumble came, no one down in the basement of the visa office could imagine what was coming for them. Well, this is our output trigger because all the people we have in this place, they wanted to process their visa to India, at the beginning, of course. All of a sudden, an earthquake appears and let them very hurt and scared, and that's very natural because they were pretty fine at the beginning, and to moment. In 1 second, everything can change. In this case, they were pretty fine at the beginning, and at the end, they were too hurt and with a arm broken or something like this. And I think it's pretty natural to be scared. And yeah, it's pretty natural to be scared. And they start to passing through the 5 stages of the model of Kubler Road, and these are now angry, negotiation, depression, and acceptance. Because at the beginning they were, hey, I'm fine, I'm here to process my visa papers, and at the other moment I under a piece of ceiling because an earthquake make the whole building falls down over us, and here we are trapped in a room without no escape because they tried everything. They looked for everyone and there was no escape. It was only the office, and they were trapped in a very small room. And fortunately, for fortune, they have a bathroom, and from there they get some of water because the food it wasn't enough for all, and they didn't know how many days they were traveling here. So at the beginning they didn't like each other because they were from different cultures and different countries, and they had so different many ways to think. And if one was Muslim, the other one was Indian and didn't like the Muslims, and they didn't like it. So it was very hard for them to be friends for the beginning. But when the situation gets worse and the ceiling starts to fall of somewhere, something gets broken and the water starts to up of the level, and they have to stay on some tables, and they were pretty desperate, and the only option to forget a moment of this and think about other things was started telling stories. One of the characters said that it was a good idea to tell for everyone one amazing thing that had happened in their lives, and it's a history that they ever tell to anybody, that a secret, yes. And this is how all this beginning, because what if they die in that moment and their story was never told to anybody, and this was the perfect opportunity to do it. In the characters we have 9 survivors, and we have a Yang. She's a Chinese Indian woman. She's an old woman in her last years, for a way to say it, and she have lived a full experience life. She knows how to speak English pretty well, but for some reason she keeps it in secret, even for her family. She was the only one who knows that she speaks English, because all her life she was speaking Mandarin, and I guess she keeps this as a secret because her story is about she met the love of her life, but for something went wrong with the country, and it was like a Romeo and Julieta because she was Chinese and her boyfriend was from other country, and the both countries starts to fight and they didn't be fall apart because it was from different countries, and she was in love with him, but he feels scared and he run away, and she was alone and she get married with other men, but her life was happy anyway. Then we have Lily, her granddaughter, well, Yang's granddaughter. She's only a teenager, she's a pretty young person. She's like 18 or 17 years old, and she was like, I don't know how to say this, but she was trying to be a bad girl to get the attention of her parents, but his brother noticed this and showed her, he decided to show her how to play the flute. She discovered she got talent for this, and she started practice and got lessons and go to the park to play the flute, and she started to get better. She discovered she got talent for this and stopped of waste her time with both people for her. And I don't know what happened with her brother because the writer let a whole of things without ending, and this story was one of them. Then we have Cameron, an ex-soldier haunted by guilt because he feels guilt, I guess, because he killed a lot of people in the war. And I think he's a nice person. He's only trying to keep the calm in the group and make a system to survive as long as possible, because he started to get the medicines and the food and the water, and he starts to check the people of how are you feel okay, you need an aspirin, you need a medicine, you need a hug, something like that. And he's only trying to keep the calm and the order, and like the leader of the group. He is like the leader of the group in this book. Then we have Yuma. She's an Indian American girl. Her parents are from India, but he was born in America, and they was in the visa office because she was wanting to visit her parents in India and went to Taj Mahal and lived with them for a while because her life wasn't going well and she was needing it. But then the earthquake changed all her plans, and she in this hall with the other 8 people. And we have Tariq, a young Muslim man. He's an angry man and he's pretty pitiful, and I really came to hate him in this book because he always did what he wanted and he never think about the others. It was like, hey, I need to survive and I don't care what you need, and I really hate that I did it. I don't like him. And we have also a old marriage. They are a couple and they seem to hate each other because they are always like hating each other. I don't know how to say this. I'm pretty sure one day in the past they were in love. But I guess when they both noticed that they make a mistake, like in marriage, or I don't know, they were pretty unhappy. And for ending, we have Malasti and Mr. Mangalam. They both are Indian, but they were working in something. I guess it was in Vancouver where they were working. yeah, was my hero. She was a young woman, and she fell in love with this guy. Mr. Mangam was a married man, but he tried to work, but his wife didn't let him, and it was driving him crazy because she was a pretty bad woman, and he didn't like it, and he decided to move. I can tell you about everything in the details, but you need to read it because it's a very interesting book and it's amazing. And at the end of the book, you will discover one amazing thing and you will enjoy it because all we need it. Sometimes all we need it.